Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome to Out of the Park Baseball 21, episode number 26. So, we're into the offseason now after the Los Angeles Dodgers pulled off a Boston Red Sox down 3-1 in the championship series to come back, win it, and then sweep the World Series. Now, we move into what we're going to do. We're going to void the last contract year for Kyle Seager. He's out. That's $15 million that we've got coming back. Kikuchi has opted to void the last year of his contract. Also good for us, as he spent almost the entire year in AAA. He was 2-3 as a reliever. I think he might have had a couple spot starts when there was injury, but he was definitely that sixth, seventh man in the starting lineup. So yeah, I'm fine with him going. He was good the year before. Did okay, not great. I mean, he had a 5.08 ERA, but he just he during the offseason he really melted away quite a bit, even at just 30 years of age. Review of season goals. This was not good. About the team's pretty scathing article about the team's performance last year, and it was hard to point to one problem to explain why the season went south, but we need to make some upgrades. No more excuses. Prove team stats. Maybe you missed my email about proving our pathetic runs scored, or did you not understand what I was asking of you? At least I hope this lack of effort was a mistake and not you ignoring what I asked of you. Acquire a player. We did do that one. The attendance, definitely up. Not quite to the targets. Really the best way to get fans game is to win games. Have you tried that? I'd love to give you a goal 2020 to make it the playoffs in a few seasons. My deadline is not up. It's still a few years away. Or I'm not sure I feel too confident right now. Upset with the performance overall. Handling the team's on-field and front office management. Next year is a new year, though. The front office management I thought was pretty dang good, as we actually had a really profitable year last year. And the depth in the minor league system, so much better. Play close to 500 ball next year. Upgrade at first base. Looking forward to that. Team runs against. Okay, acquire a top player, increase attendance. Keep building your team up in order to reach the playoffs. The next 3 seasons. Now 2. New budget. Just decided you will have $134 million available for the total team expenses. Given your current spending on staff and other costs, this should allow you a team payroll of around $100 million. You may now set your ticket price for next year. You have until the winter meetings end on December 7th, 2021. 43 days from now to set the price. Season tickets will start selling at that point. You have until the end of the preseason to set your scouting budget, player development budget, draft budget, and international amateur free agent budget. I kind of screwed up last year by not getting into that, so I think maybe I need to set those things right now. Let's get that out of the way. Wow, $41 million for free agents. Payroll budget is down at $55 million at the moment, so well under half. Fan loyalty and interest are doing pretty well. Total attendance was 14th. Despite everything, attendance was 14th in the league. I want to change this, but if it's going to go up, then it's probably going to hurt our attendance. And we were only full one day of the whole year. So I'm going to keep it right where it is for another year. And hopefully we can pick the attendance up. That late season decline really hurt us. You look at that 2021 number, right? We brought in $5 billion more than the year before. I did spend slightly more, $2 million more. But still increased by even $3 million over where we had been. everything's projecting to be exactly the same. I love the guaranteed payroll being so low. Arbitration estimates are $8 million, which will match our guaranteed payroll. Is almost dead even with our projected other expenses for the entire organization. It's kind of sad, actually. Just knowing how the sport works, knowing how professional sports, especially in the U.S., work. But yeah, we have a huge gap right now. So, wow, yeah, look at that, $30 million less than this last year currently. Staff payroll is down right now. That's going to go up. Scouting budget. We did good with scouting. I'm going to keep that budget the same. Development budget, I increased this last year. We're going to increase it quite a bit more. We're going to go right to basically $20 million even, because we need to develop. I mean, this is our foundation, right? We're going to build for the future. It's got to come through development. All right. Can we stop the decline? It's been 3 bad years in a row for the team. Budget's coming up. The attendance is coming up. It's the highest it's actually been in almost a decade this last season. I spent a bit more this year. So the budget has gone up by $6 million, and we just put 5 of it into the development budget. 4. Okay, so there's still a couple million to spare, but it's not giving me the option to change these, which sucks. I'd like to max that out to the $5 million you can spend. All right. We got a retirement pitching coach, John Hall. Pitching coach, Neil Allen, who was only with us for a very short while. Sandberg and Woodworth are out, so I have a couple of vacancies all the way up at the senior level. And we lose some other guys, so we're going to have another shakeup with the coaching staff this season. End of season top prospect list. That does hurt. Kalinich was still on the list, okay? Still 8th overall, even though he spent the entire year with Seattle, but he was injured for quite a while. 27 homers and 61 RBI in a limited campaign. Let's actually look at that for a second. How was his season? 108 games, 468 plate appearances, scored 72 runs, 28 doubles, 27 homers, 54 walks. Yeah, he struck out 123 times. It's a little bit high. 18 stolen bases. Hit 265 in his main campaign. That was probably the best on the team. 893 OPS, actually pretty similar to what he did in Double-A a year ago. And was a 4.1 WAR. So he did really well. really well, and it really hurt that we lost him. We struggled late in the season. We were better. We had been better anyway. We started really slow, and then we were playing much better when he went down injured. We started to slip back down. Extremely popular, so that's awesome. So there's a centerpiece that we're definitely going to build around. Okay, Marte, just 221. Ouch. In AA this year. We bumped him up a little early, though. He's still a half-star guy. We bumped him up mostly because of the lack of any actual talent. So we've got guys playing way above the level that they should be playing at. Julio Rodriguez, 237, 16 homers, 59 RBI. And he spent the year in AAA. You know, in that absolute nightmare of a AAA team we had. And he actually put up some decent numbers, but it's really hard to develop, I think, under those circumstances. I have no idea if wins and losses actually contribute to development or not. Pitching staff, we have nothing. One then at 50, AA. Did decently well. Was he the only one? What happened to our other guy? He was pretty high up on the list. Yeah, off season begins. Okay, slipped to 7th, partly because we brought guys up that were prospects, and partly because guys that we're seeing as prospects aren't developing and dropped off the list, apparently. At least we're not down here. But we have got some serious work to do still. Into the arbitration period. Assuming that's what that's about. Yeah, there you go. Salary arbitration. Let's take a look here. Not as many players this year. Qualifying offers $15 million for Davies and Seager. No thanks. Well, there is potential compensation. Let's see. Players above are eligible for free agency and may fit the requirements for potential draft pick compensation. In order to qualify for draft pick compensation for lost free agents, you must offer. You know what? Neither one of them are worth it. I'd be stupid to offer that. Excuse me. Davies kind of. No way on Seager. I mean, that would be thrown away money. Yes, I know his current salary is even more than that. But he's done. He's going to have a small contract somewhere if he even is signed by anyone. But do I try to give the offer to Davies, who's not interested in re-signing, but I don't think he's worth the 10.5 that he's asking for, so probably not worth it. Those are the 6 guys I already know are gone. So here we go. We have just 4 players that are arbitration eligible. Malik Smith had a pretty poor season. He's still better than average. And still trade bait, if anything. So I'm okay with that amount. It's almost equivalent to what he made this year. Tom Murphy at 30 years old and had a horrendous season. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And Tui Vayala, 11-0, 2.61 ERA. Dude, you did well. I think maybe I should try to sign him to a long-term deal. Maybe. Let's see. He's looking for $3 million. He wants 3.3. What I'm looking for is a multi-year deal for you, just 2 years. So let's try to knock this down. It's got to go under 3 if we're going to do that. If we're going to give you a couple years. 2, 8, and 3. There you go. Add a year to it, save a little bit of money. And all that's left is then Carl Edwards, who played pretty well too. And I'm totally fine with what we're offering him. So on to the award voting. And we're not going to be in anything this season. In fact, we'll see MVP Kalinic actually gets a nod. That's nice. Alex Bregman, 294, 37 homers. Trying to kind of shortlist this. Devers, 334, 43 homers. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm leaning towards Devers at the moment. Not going to really look unless they're above a 7. Mike Trout, 298, 53 homers, 11 stolen bases. Lindor was pretty good, but definitely not as good. Guerrero Jr., 47 homers. All right, 2 choices. Devers or Trout. Trout didn't hit over 300. That's the only reason why I'm looking away. But he looks like he was the most dominant player overall. Of course. Oh man. Going over to National League, I gotta do that. Alright, there you go. We will look at even less so. Try to look at maybe 8 and above. Bellinger, wow, 66 home runs. Dang. Cy Young, I'll do the same. I'll look at both leagues for that, but not for the rest. I'll stick to the American League for the last 4. All right, we have Walker Buehler, 2.20 wins, 2.47 ERA, and a .9 WHIP. 11 Ks per 9 is going to be tough to beat. Syndergaard was good, but not on par. All right, we have, what do we have over here? Why would Kikuchi be on this list? Is he seriously the best pitcher I had to offer? Oh, there's Robbie Ray. Jeez. A negative on the Cy Young list. Wow, there really wasn't much in the American League, was there? I mean, there's not even anyone above 5. There is a 5, 12 and 10. There's only one above 5. Beaver at 12 and 8. Is that really the best? Dang. Alright, I'm going to stick to the American League now for the rest of the awards. Reliever. This is one area we actually did do well. Let's see, we've got some 2.5s. Any 3s? He was actually up there as one of the best. Okay, our 2.5s are going to have to draw a comparison. Conine 6'2", 255, 110. Really not that good. 311, 117. .91, 35 saves. That's got to be your guy. Rookie of the Year. Kalinic could get a nod here. Oh, yes, he does. Kalinic has my vote. Nobody else put anything above a 3 on wins above replacement. Oh, there's a 3.1. Honeywell, pretty good, actually. Another couple 3.1s. So nobody within 1 of him, though, or any closer than 1. So yes, Kalinic actually has my vote, and he could possibly win it. The injury held him back a bit, otherwise he would have been even higher. Platinum Stick, aka Silver Slugger. DH. I'd like to scan this pretty quick. Mancini, 3.1, 35 homers. None of them hit 300, so I don't have that to go off of. Shed Long was one of the better ones by a small margin, but he only hit 235. Catchers. Kyle was pretty good compared to some of them. There's your clear top 2, and hitting 295 and cranking out a bunch of home runs. Seems to be the difference here. First base, yeah, one of the weaker spots for me. At least he had a positive. Olsen 5.6. We got a couple 5.6s. That's your comparison. Olsen 270, 50 homers. 275, 56 homers. Better and better. Goes to Alvarez. Second base. Biggio. Wow, we got a Biggio back. Nicky Lopez, 5.6. 336, I like that. Somebody who actually hit the ball this year. I don't even have anyone on the list. Shed Long played there part of the season. Third base. Bregman. Assuming Bregman's going to take this one. Or, no, Devers. Bregman very close, though. Kyle Seager actually did okay with a 2.5. Not worth $15 million. Sorry. No. Okay, we got a 5.7. We got a 6.5. Bichetti. Pretty good. But Lindor. Lindor's the man. Chung did okay, but 246, not great. Left. Jimenez. .49 homers and just about 300. Fraley, just 221. Ouch. Yeah, that was somebody who I expected much more out of. Kalinic isn't going to get it because Mike Trout is. Aaron Judge, he was only a 4 and hit 231. Ohtani, classified as a right fielder. Okay. He wasn't pitching, he played right field this year. He had 44 home runs. Apparently he did. He played, when he didn't pitch, he played right field this year. Not just the occasional plate appearance. Gold gloves. I'm not going to bother with it. I've got no one on the list, though. At right field, anyway. Go ahead and submit the ballot. Alright, so quick glance at the off-season center. See where we're at as we enter the off-season. So free agents. Correa, Baez, Rizzo, Tommy Pham. Charlie Morton. Chris Archer. CJ Cron. There's Zach Davies. He's that high up the list. It's not a good sign. Alright. Team sorted by the change. We have no change at this point. Yeah. No players up or down. All right, well, we're ready to move forward. We'll see if we can get to December or beyond in the next episode, but that's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.